Beep, beep, beep. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. What have I got for you now? Well, we have the continuing case of Kevin Lister, who, as you know, refused to use pronouns and all that sort of stuff. And his college got snitty with him, and the students started complaining, and people did what they normally do when this happens, and they got down on their knees and filleted the trans knob in order not to get in trouble, right? So, normally one gets articles about this that are sort of like on the button from the Telegraph or from the Daily Mail. But today we've got the absolute rag that is the Independent, okay? I ate it. Right, so a maths teacher was sacked for refusing to use a student's preferred pronouns. An employment tribunal has been told. Kevin Lister was dismissed for gross misconduct in September 2020 by New College, Swindon, following complaints by 2 students. The 60-year-old had refused to refer to a biologically female student aged 17 by their preferred male name and he/him pronouns in A-level lessons. Quite right. You don't pamper to this delusion. After all, it's iatrogenic. It is the cause of harm. Mr. Lister has taken the college to an employment tribunal, claiming unfair dismissal, discrimination, or victimisation on grounds of religion or belief, and that he suffered a detriment and or dismissal due to exercising rights under what they're calling the Public Interest Disclosure Act. I think they probably mean the Children's Act, but we'll get there. The hearing was told the teenager, known only as Student A, had informed the college in September 2021 they wished to be addressed by a boy's name and with the male pronouns. That's the point at which the college goes, listen, love, you know, we want you to be here and we want you to do the course and we want you to do well, but you're not well. So go home, get better, and come back when you stop living a lie. Giving evidence, Mr. Lister from Wiltshire suggested the decision of Student A to use male pronouns had the effect of compelled speech, which it does, meaning he and fellow students had to follow the wish irrespective of their own beliefs, which it does. I took issue with the demand on me to socially transition children who are unable to make an informed decision, he told the hearing at the Bristol Civil Justice Court. This is the intention of the policy, to encourage children to socially transition and to push them towards transgender lobby groups. Yep, absolutely spot on. Why are we not allowed to question why a student is presenting in the opposite sex? Well, they're not really, are they, Kevin? I mean, I understand why he says that, but they're not. What it should say is, why are we not allowed to question why a student is LARPing in the halls of the college and expecting everybody to play along with their lunacy? It is not the role of a maths teacher to confirm the gender transition and social transition of a student. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. If that student by nature, whatever the hell, whichever way you want to look at it, that student being like that, LARPing and being foolish, affects the other students, they shouldn't be in the college. End of story. Mr. Lister said that as a teacher he had an obligation to teach facts and said college policies went beyond the Equality Act and claimed they were illegal as a result. That's what he's saying. You know, you've gone beyond the law. How many times have we been here with this? How many times? Shall we count the ways? How many times have we been here with this? Kevin continues, I do say this is breaching the Equality Act because you are encouraging the idea that a non-binary person can come into class and say she is a boy and by the afternoon she can say somewhere between the two. He said, absolutely correct. They LARP like that, stupid people. Not well. Referring to the college policy, Mr. Lister said, I don't require gender-critical people to change their beliefs. What the policy does require is to be accepting in a way that is contrary to our beliefs. Jude Shepherd, the barrister representing the college, apparently a bit of a blue-haired loon, from what I've heard. I don't know, could be wrong. Always tell me in the comments. Julia Shepherd, the barrister representing the college, suggested the policy did not prevent staff members holding gender-critical beliefs from being inclusive and treating people with respect. There's that respect word again. You don't get respect. You get tolerance. That's it. Mr. Lister told the hearing that when student A informed him by email of their wish to be referred to by male pronouns, he immediately raised a safeguarding concern with the college as he was concerned about their academic performance and whether the two were linked. You bet. So we're talking somebody who's 17 here. That's a child, whether you like it or not. That's the law. That's a child. Child professes to have a mental illness and believes that they are something they're not, like Napoleon or, Queen Elizabeth II, whoever it may be. Why is it always Napoleon and Queen Elizabeth? Why can't the child come in and say, morning, I'm Twiggy, right? Or more, who knows who Twiggy is now? Morning, I'm Twiggy, right? Or better still, morning, I'm Petula Clark. That's somebody else nobody knows anymore. What do you mean you're Petula Clark? No, you're not. You're an A-level student. You're 17. You're not well off. No, I am Petula Clark. How do I know? Listen, Never on a Sunday when the church are blah, blah, blah. And sings, never happens like that, does it? Never on a Sunday when the people in the church are blah, blah, blah. Or it could be somebody else. Dusty Springfield. Wishing and hoping. So he doesn't want to believe in their lunacy. And I don't blame him for not wanting to believe in their lunacy. I don't either. So he then says, right, after he'd raised the concern, this safeguarding concern, she does not have the right to compel teachers and other students who do not share her views, he said. It is the interpretation of the word respect, which is the issue here. And here we go again with this word respect. We need to abandon the word respect. It's a weasel word at best. Weasel word at best. Now, tolerance, that shows your positionality. That's a word from the queer theory lexicon. What is your positionality? Tolerance shows your position. Right, so I think we should say to everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. At the very best, I tolerate you. Are we clear where we are? Yes, good. Because respect comes with an expectation. Tolerance, you're like, ooh, bit prickly. We're all better off when we're a bit prickly. And if you understand the porcupine dilemma, you'll know what I mean. If you want to know what it is, either go and look it up or become a warrior teacher. I'm not telling you. The hearing was told that during lessons, Mr. Lister, instead of using students' A preferred pronouns, would point at them. That's what I'd do. You. You. No, you. I gestured. No, he didn't. Some people would say I was pointing, but I didn't want to use her dead name, but I didn't want to assist with her social transitioning, Mr. Lister said. Absolutely correct. During one lesson, student A asked whether they could enter a nationwide maths competition for girls. So they think they're a boy, but they want to enter a maths competition for girls. It's just... Hello! Just lunacy. And Mr. Lister replied, of course you can enter because you are a girl. Miss Shepherd asked, do you accept that was an insensitive response? What's insensitive about that? No, that was a factual response. Student A is trying to subject me to compelled speech and the rest of the class to compelled speech. So this student had said that because they wanted to force him to say, you're a boy, which of course she's not a boy, she's a girl that's mentally ill. And the college have facilitated it. Oh, how wonderful you are, how nice. Oh, your transition. We'll make sure everybody says your pronouns. Blah, 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 blah. Isn't that what's happening here? Is it, or is it me? Maybe I got it wrong. Asked to explain why he'd written student A's dead name on the class whiteboard, Mr. Lister replied, I put her name on the board in the name she would be entered into the competition, which is her real name. No dead name. What dead name? What does that even mean? I thought it was an American TV series dead name. Or was it Deadwind? Or Deadwood? I can't remember. Right? Deadwind? I don't know. I don't accept it was a dead name. I make the point that the name I wrote on the board is the name she will be using to enter into the girls' math competition. Mr. Lister said student A stayed behind after class to speak to him about the competition because they were worried they might do badly. He said he tried to encourage them and offered to organise, see, they won't say her in the article, tried to encourage her and offered to organise one-to-one sessions at lunchtime and then called them an excellent young lady. Which is, brilliant. That's the sort of thing you do, isn't it? Big them up. Get them doing what they're doing. Apparently they were crap academically at any rate. So they were failing on all levels and suddenly, when they're faced with their own failure, they go, I'm trans! Or whatever it is. 17, poor girl. Who's influencing her? Who's she listening to online? What's happening at home? Child. Right? Child. Under 18. I think Kevin's right. But we'll see what happens at the employment tribunal thing in Bristol, and I will of course be ready to bring you the news when it breaks, if he loses or if he wins. But if he loses, then we've got a real problem. So we just wait for the next one to come along because there's loads of them in the line, right? Like the one that we know about now from the civil service scene. This is not good. This is not good. But you'll see me doing things with that on the Twitters. Now after that, I'm going to say goodbye because I got nothing else to say. I'm done. Go and read the article. I'll see you later.